Hey y'all, it's the pivoter Michelle Cofer. Listen, I know a lot of people have been wondering, like, what's the big deal with CFPB getting shut down? With the Trump administration closing that organization, well, not necessarily closing yet, but firing the head of the CFPB and, literally causing them to stop and cease their work. How is that going to affect me as a consumer? And why should I even be concerned? So first of all, the CFPB, y'all, plays a crucial role in safeguarding our information as consumers. Like we're talking about, keeping us from unfair practices within the financial sector. And if you don't know, I've been in the financial space now for almost 8 years. And so I'm all about uplifting, empowering, and educating people around all things financial, hence the pivoter, helping people pivot to prosper. But what I want you to know, with all the recent discussions about shutting down the entire agency, you need to pay attention because there could be considerable negative impact on you as a consumer. Number one, without the CFPB, we're going to see a rise in predatory lending. Right? The Bureau has been instrumental in making sure they're enforcing the regulations to make sure that we as consumers don't have high interest loans. There aren't hitting fees. Without these protections, vulnerable populations like your grandma, your auntie, your kids that are going off to college may find themselves trapped into a cycle of debt. And this is what the Trump administration wants. It's crazy as it is what it is. The number two thing, y'all, without the CFPB, there's going to be a lack of accountability for financial institutions. So the Bureau, the CFPB, is a watchdog. That means they ensure that banks and lenders operate fairly and transparently. So if they're able to successfully shut down the CFPB, that means we're going to see a rise in deceptive practices. You guys know, while the economy collapsed, 2008 market crisis, because there have been so many predatory lenders in the market. People were having homes, and the terms and conditions were just horrendous, but it's where people were, so they took it. So if this entity, this organization shuts down, we're going to see deception. We're going to, as consumers, be left with less resources to fight back because we don't have the CFPB standing over here saying, hey, we're going to penalize these banks. We're going to penalize these institutions. And then the last thing, y'all, CFPB provides essential education. They provide resources to consumers to help you make informed decisions, from understanding your credit score to navigating through mortgages. Like, this kind of information is vital. So without it, many consumers are going to struggle to manage their finances effectively. And then when you think about it, having a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, in place allows us to address complaints. Like, we're able to dispute things that are not right. And now we're talking about eliminating that. So who's going to go between the consumer and these big billion-dollar financial institutions? I'm going to tell you, if they end up successfully shutting down this organization and CFPB does no longer exist, guys, there's no clear path. No clear path to recourse. Like, we're talking about when you encounter issues with your banks and your lenders, who are you going to go to?